Hi, so welcome back. Today I am going to discuss some problems on loops. In my last videos, I discussed the loops. I discussed while loop. I discussed for loop. I created some programs. Excuse me. I created some programs on while loop, and this time I am going to apply for loop to solve these problems. So let's move to our presentation. So this is the presentation. Here I am going to create the programs for the four problems, and these problems are to input an integer and find its factorial. Factorial of an integer n, it should be greater than or equals to 1, is defined as the product of all the natural numbers from 1 to n. Means if I enter 5, so there should be the product of 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5, and is represented by an exclamatory sign. Exclamatory sign is meant for the factorial. For example, the factorial of 5 is represented by 5 and exclamatory sign, and it should be equal to 20. Means 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So factorial of 0 is defined as 1, and the factorial of negative integer is not defined. The second question is to input 10 numbers and then display the largest of the numbers I entered. So if I enter 10 integers, so out of those 10 integers, which is the largest, I'll have to find out. The third question is to input any number and check whether this number is prime or not, and print also whether prime or not prime. And the fourth question which I am going to perform here is an integer of n digits is an Armstrong number. It is equal to the sum of its digits, each raised to the power of n. For example, 153, so there are 3 digits, and is an Armstrong number because 153, and it should be the sum of 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube, and it will give you 153. Similarly, as another example, 1634 is an Armstrong number because 164 1 raised to the power 4 plus 6 raised to the power 4 plus 3 raised to the power 4 plus 4 raised to the power 4, and it will give you 1634. So write a script to input an integer and check whether it is an Armstrong number or not. Now let's move to our script page, means Google Colab. So it takes some time while loading, and initially it also takes some time while executing the first program. So here if you look at the program, so there are 5 scripts for 4 programs I have created, and I'll explain one by one. So this is the first program to get the factorial. First you get the pseudocode, then the second program to find out the largest, and then the third program to get the integer and check whether this is prime or not, and the fourth one enter the integer and check whether the given number is Armstrong or not. Now I'm going to explain the first program, that is the factorial of the integer. So here the pseudocode get the number, get the positive integer, and set the variable factorial to 1. Then apply the loop and start the loop from 2 to n, and multiply factorial is equal to factorial to n, and after the completion of the loop it will give you the factorial of the number. So over here if you see the program, n is equal to eval input, enter the value of n absolute integer n. Why I have used ABS? I have used ABS just because of I have to take the integer it should be positive. So whichever number I give, or whichever integer I give, whether positive or negative, it will convert it into the positive integer. Now initialize factorial variable to 1, and if I initialize this to 0, then the entire product will become 0, and that is why in the case of product I'll have to initialize the variable to 1. Now the loop for num in range 2 to n plus 1. So if I give suppose 5, so it will execute, it will start from 2 and will go up to n plus 1, that is 6, means 5, because this is stop minus 1. Till this stop minus 1 the loop is executed. So the first value of num will be 2, second is 3, then 4 and 5, then stop. So factorial is equal to factorial plus num. So initially factorial is 1, so 1 into 2 is 2, so factorial becomes 2. Now the next value of num will be 3, so 2 into 3 is 6, then factorial is updated as 6. Now next value of num is 4, so 6 into 4 it will give you 24. Then next value of num is 5 and factorial is 24, so 24 into 5 is 120, and the factorial of 5 should be 120, and this time I'm going to enter the same integer, means 5. You see here it is asking for the value of n, and if I give 5 it gives 120. Okay, now next program, getting 10 integers and finding out the largest one. Okay, so this is a pseudocode. Input first number and assume this first number is the biggest number or the largest number. So I have taken a variable to store the biggest number as max. So whatever number you enter, max will be initialized to n, because it is supposed to be the largest number, because it's the first value. Now I'll repeat the rest of the process 9 times. So input, when you get the new number, it will check with the last max. So if the number entered is greater than the last max, now max is updated with the latest number I entered, and the process goes up to 9 terms. So out of first I have taken the integer which to which I initialize the max, and rest of 9 numbers I made some comparisons to find out the largest value. Now what is the script of this program? Let's look at the script. See here, get the first value, n is equal to eval input enter a number. So this number I am taking as the maximum value. Now the next step which I am going to take is for I in range 1 to 10. 1 to 10 means 1 to 9, because it will start from 1 and will go up to 9, and 9 will be the last attempt. One attempt I have made already, and I have to make 9 attempts more. Now I am taking the new value, n is equal to eval input number. So whichever number you give, it will be checked with the last maximum. So if the new number is greater than the last maximum, the maximum variable will be updated with the new number, and so this process is continued till we get the largest value, that is max is equal to n, and finally whichever greatest value you give, max will be updated. So in the end we'll have the largest value. Let's run this program. So it will take 10 integers 1, and it keeps on checking and finding the largest number. So out of 10 integers, it will hold the largest value in max. So see here. So this is the largest value, means 90 is the largest value. So see here, 90 is the largest number entered. Now next question is finding whether the given integer is prime or not. So see here, get a number as n is equal to excuse me, n is equal to eval, enter the number. So whichever number you enter, so I am taking the positive integer here. So n is equal to absolute int n. I have taken a flag variable which I initialize to true, means whichever number I input initially, I suppose this entered integer is prime, and that is why I initialized is prime to true. And if I am checking the number n, and the prime number is 1, which is divisible by 1 and itself, so I am excluding 1 and itself, rather I am running the loop starting from 2 till n by 2 plus 1. Why? Because the biggest value which can divide the number is its half, and that is why I have taken the loop starting from 2 to n floor even 2 plus 1. Okay, suppose I want to check whether say 11 is prime or not. So I'll start from 2 and it will go up to 5.5, means 5 plus 1 6. So 2 to 6 means this iterations will be taken over. So the same is I'm going to apply. So whichever number I give, I'll execute the loop starting from 2 till the value divided by 2 plus 1. So if the given number, I'm checking the number with modulus of the I, means I is generating the integers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it will go up to half of the number. So as soon as I find that n is divisible by the integer created by this loop, then is prime will automatically turn to false, because I have taken that every number which I am taking is prime. So if the number is divisible by any other integer between 2 to n by 2 plus 1, then this number cannot be a prime number, and that is why is prime turns to false. And after this loop, I'll come to this if condition, and if is prime means if is prime is true, means the number is prime, otherwise number is not prime. So let's run it. 2 to n plus n upon 2 plus 1. So if it is divided by any integer generated by I, then it will not be the prime, otherwise it is prime. So enter any integer. So I am entering the integer like 93, and 93 is divisible by 3 itself, and so this is not the prime. Then I am taking another integer. So again running this program. This time I am suppose taking 89, and this is the prime integer. Now the next program is checking whether the given integer is the Armstrong number. So what should I do? Whichever number you input, we'll have to find out how many digits does this integer have. So suppose 153, so there are 3 digits. So I'll have to raise the power 3. If there's a number like 1634, I'll have to raise the power 4 because 1634 number is having 4 digits. So what should be the solution? What should be the script? So here I have taken the script n is equal to number, n is equal to absolute of number. I have taken two variables, sum is initialized to 0 and temporary is initialized to n. Now num digit is equal to length of string of n, means whichever number I have entered, I converted this into a string, and to get the length, to get the how many digits that does this number have, so num digits will have total number of digits of the number. Now this time I'll apply the while loop. While n means true, d is equal to n modulo 10. So if 153, suppose I have taken the number 153, so n modulo 10 will give you 3. Now sum is equal to sum plus d, that is 3 raised to power, num digits means 3. So 3 to the power 3 is 27. Now n floor division 10 means 153 divided floor division 10 will give you 15 only. Again you'll go to while statement, where d is equal to n modulo 10 means 15 modulo 10 will give you 5. Now sum plus equals to sum plus, so sum the last sum was 27, and 27 plus 5 raised to power 3, that is 125. So 27 plus 125, so what should be the value? 27 plus 5 to the power 3. 5 5 ja 25, 25 ja 5 ja 125. So 125 and 27, so 52. And then finally n modulo and floor division 10 means 1 15 floor division 10, it will give you 1. So when you come to while, so now 1 modulo 10 will give you 1, and sum is equal to sum plus sum is 152. So 152 plus 1 is power 3 is 1, and the sum will become 153. Now 1 floor division 10 will give you 0. So loop is terminated, and you will come to this place. If temp is equal to sum, so temp was initialized with the number. So temp is 153. So 153 if is equal to sum, then it will print Armstrong number. Otherwise it will print not an Armstrong number. So let's start and let's run it. Suppose I give 123, it's not Armstrong number. Again run. If I give 153, it will give you Armstrong number. And if I give 1634, it will give you the Armstrong. Again run it. 1634. So here power will be 4. So it will again the Armstrong number. So this is how we can apply a loop in programming. Hope you understood how to create the programs in Python, whether this is ideally or Google Colab. So refer to your textbook. There you'll find more programs on loops, while, or for. And in my next video I'll try to discuss nested loops and create more programs on nested loops also. So we meet in the next video. Till then, bye bye.